Hi everyone, I'm Coach Rick Stockel. I am co-owner of Newman & Dunn Real Estate here in Central Virginia, as well as I am a high school boys basketball coach at Monacan High School. I've sold over 1,300 homes here in Central Virginia, and I would love to work with you and your family in your home buying needs. I am a proud primary sponsor of Ballin' in Virginia, and I hope you enjoy this show.
Yeah, man, I appreciate Rick Stockel for sponsoring the show today. He's a great guy, great coach, great realtor here in Virginia. Make sure you give him a call or check out his website over at rickstockel.com if you're looking for any homes in Virginia. Thanks again, and let's get into this episode. Dr. Owusu Ochoa is Dr. O for the 804 as the premier knee and hip shoulder sports surgeon in Virginia. I would like to remind you that health equals power. Sports build and uplift communities, nothing else can. The mission of sports medicine is to keep athletes of all ages and levels at the top of their game. Dr. O is located at Ortho, Virginia, Schrader Road office location. Appointments can be scheduled online at orthovirginia.com or by calling 804-939-6688. You can follow Dr. O on Instagram at Dr. O_ for the 804 and uplifting educational content about sports health. Welcome to another episode of BallinVA. Today, I've been trying to get this guy on for about 3 years now.
Yeah.
He wanted to argue and forth and back with me about what he wanted to do. And I told him, I need you on here, man. And I'm so thankful, and this is my guy. Me and him go back and forth. It ain't even no love hate. We that's just how we are.
Yeah.
And today, man, I just want to, and he brought on some people today, and I'm sorry, I ain't even get y'all names. I know Coach Dempsey. But anyway.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about everything as far as his program with JNR Basketball. We're going to talk about WIF, as in WIFF basketball, George Wythe basketball, his time playing pros, and everything that he's doing now. So I want to bring on today the 2002 first team All-State player. I was going to say State Player of the Year, but we already know who won that. And he is one of the co-founders of JNR Basketball, VCU alum, NFL pro, Mr. Jesse Pellot-Rosa. What's up, Jesse?
Man, chilling, man. Glad to be here.
Man, thank you. About goddamn time.
Yeah, you're right.
It's about damn time.
You know, I don't do social media. I don't do interviews.
No, you don't do that stuff. There you go.
Right. It's got on Facebook. Yeah.
But once you explained to me everything and why it was, I respected that. And when you said, when it's ready, and you hit me up.
Exactly.
And I think you probably called me more times in the past month than in the past 3 years.
Probably right.
Shit, you probably called me one time one week.
Probably right. Since the training with your son.
Yeah, even more than it. So, like I said, I could go through my call log and kind of tell everybody. So now you're so cool. But no, man. Jesse, man, has been one of my biggest supporters. We hit it off when we first met. You know, shout out to Soup, you know what I'm saying, over there in Southside community, in Elcott, Thompson, well, I guess that's what it is now. And you helped train my son when he was, junior? Going to the senior year?
A sophomore going to junior.
A sophomore going to junior, then to senior year. So, and a lot of stuff I don't really talk about, but he was really instrumental in helping my son get developed on his journey to that 2017 state championship that I speak of here and there. And I really appreciate him, and it opened the doors. And there's so many other kids that he's trained, but I let him go into that. Introduce who you brought in here today, man, because I apologize that I'm really off. I haven't did this in a little while. But that's what make podcasts. You kind of just be raw. So introduce who you brought in today so we can tell your story.
Right here, I got my football coach, Coach Berry. A lot of people don't know that he actually coached football. Very instrumental in my life. He's the one that helped me, you know, get to the next level and actually be able to, you know, actually play at VCU. It was because of this guy right here.
Oh, wow.
And then to my other left right here, I got the legendary Jack Dempsey. He was my mentor, my basketball coach, you know, father figure, all that. You know, he He helped me growing up when we was going through hard times, helped me and my family, and he's been a part of my life ever since then, since I was a kid. So,
Man, that is what's up, man. So where should we start? Where did it all start? Where did it make sense? And what made you start playing basketball? What made you get into sports? We should say, because you were just not a basketball player. You was a multi-sport athlete.
yeah, when I was talking to my dad taught me the game of basketball when I was a little kid.
Okay.
Also, my uncle, I lived in Puerto Rico from when I was 2 years old to 4 years old. A lot of people don't know that. And my uncle, he played in the Olympics against Michael Jordan. And he was coached by Phil Jackson.
You got that picture?
Yeah. So a lot of people don't know that as well neither. So it all kind of started from that era right there. My grandma taught my mom and dad, my dad and my uncle how to play basketball.
Oh.
So it all started from them. And he just put the ball in my hands and he would take me everywhere with him. I just always shooting the ball from a young age, and he had me outside dribbling basketball when a lot of my friends was, in the streets selling drugs and stuff, and I'm dribbling the ball up and down the court, up and down the concrete. And I just continued to just keep working on my game, man. All throughout my youth. I didn't want to be in the street life, so I just always had a basketball or football in my hand.
Man, listen, and I can tell that because, like, ever since I met you, you've been the most humblest dude that you ever want to meet. And I always do this when I get on this podcast, but Kennard called me this morning.
Oh,
Kennard
man.
White.
Yeah, he cool.
He said,
dude.
People don't know. I told him that Jim was going to have you. He said, people don't know, man. Jesse moved over to Churchill.
Oh, yeah.
And he won't no dude to act hard, but when he made it over there, we knew he was going to make it. That sound like Kennard.
Yeah, Kennard cool. Yeah, a lot of people don't know I lived in Churchill when I was
sophomore.
No, I was a freshman. Freshman.
He said, you made it over there to Churchill. Yeah. He said, so you know you got Churchill approved.
Yeah, I used to go to the playground and play with some of the dudes over there, a couple of street dudes. Yeah,
so I told him I'll mention that when, we talk today.
Kennard cool dude, man.
Yeah, he love you. He always talk highly about you when we do talk. But yeah, man, so from there, where else did it go from there,
Basically, middle school days, I was always, when I was younger, I was always playing against the older guys in my neighborhood.
Okay.
I was the youngest one, like 10, 11 years old, playing against, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old guys.
Mm-hmm.
And those guys kind of like, Oak Grove kind of like shaped me to the person I am today. They kind of like hardened me, I could never get no foul calls. I couldn't get no calls. I had to play through everything.
Okay.
They'll beat me down, elbow me, stuff like that. But hey, I had to suck it up. I couldn't cry, I couldn't show no weakness. So by me playing against those older guys, once I got to guys my age, when Jack would come pick me up, it was nothing to me. Like,
okay.
I never really had a challenge, like, as far as somebody being able to stop me on the basketball court. It was the game always came easy to me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was always a tough defender and stuff like that, but when I got to high school and stuff like that, a lot of people didn't know I played football neither.
But, I didn't know either.
Yeah, because
All state.
Yeah.
Until you told me he had that tryout.
But I was in middle school and I kept trying to go down to Bellmead to play football.
Okay.
But my mama kept taking me out, putting me in college courses, JNR Basketball on the weekends.
Okay.
So I would practice Monday through Friday at Bellmead. Then my mom would put me in these classes in JNR Basketball on Saturday.
And that was Saturday morning.
That was, and so, because she didn't want me to play, so she would do anything.
That Saturday morning. I know what she was trying to do.
Yeah. So for like 2-3 weeks, I would practice all the time. But every year I had to quit. So then finally, my daddy had got locked up when I was in 8th grade.
Oh.
And we was poor, so I had to use the bus tickets and stuff to get downtown. And,
young people, it's bus ticket transfers in case y'all don't know.
Yeah. So I finally like bucked against my mama because she had to work on Saturday. She had to clean up. I was like, man, forget this. I ain't going back to school no more. I ain't going to JNR Basketball. So I finally went to Bellmead, and this is when nobody knew about me, and I actually played quarterback. I had no cleats. I was playing in tennis shoes. Jack came to my game. I was playing Converse, Dr. J, Chuck Taylor.
What?
Man. I was poor, man. I ain't had no money, man. I wore them same shoes in football, and I wore them to school with some jeans, and then I wore them in the basketball game. Same Converse.
I'm surprised you ain't got bad feet.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Big feet. I don't know about the bad feet.
Yeah, so I played in tennis shoes, man.
Them Chuck Taylors be long,
Oh,
too.
yeah, they were long. They were long. So I did pretty good, and then after that I went to George Wythe, and football came first. That's when he came along. But this dude right here, yo, hold on. Let me tell you about this guy right here.
Coach, you
Be nice,
Hold
man.
on.
Be nice.
Let me tell you.
No,
about
you get a
this guy
chance to
right
video
here.
yourself.
Yo, so they started me on JV.
Yeah.
You know, they started me on JV, but they would dress me for varsity for every game.
Okay.
So I was killing on JV. All you had to do is throw the ball, I'm going to catch it.
Yeah,
I'm running, I'm going to catch
catch
it.
that ball.
I can catch anything.
I'm a wide receiver.
A wide receiver.
receiver, yeah.
So I switched from quarterback and I switched to wide receiver and free safety. I was a punter too. I had big feet, so I kicked the ball.
Okay, there it is. Coach just alluded to that.
Yeah.
So every game he would always dress me for varsity. But I was so skinny though. I was so skinny and frail. And so every
Can we say your nickname?
Yeah, go ahead.
Flacco.
Flacco,
Flacco means skinny. And I still call him that.
That was a nickname for you.
That's my nickname.
Don't make me joke.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know. That's my nickname.
I ain't know that.
Flacco. My grandma gave me that name.
Really?
Yeah, my grandma from Puerto Rico. That means skinny in Spanish.
Okay.
Yeah, my grandma said my parents never fed me, so. Yeah, so
Grandma made sure you were straight, huh? Yeah. Shout out to grandma.
Yeah. So I'm in the game, every varsity game. I'm just like how we are right now. I'm on the sideline. Coach, put me in. Coach, hold on, I got you. Game run out, he never put me in. I'm like, oh Lord, I can help, man. I can help.
Yeah.
Finally, about the 8th game, I don't know what happened. I don't know what clicked in his mind to like just go ahead and just throw me out. We had this play called alley hoop. We get on the goal line, they just call it alley hoop. Alley hoop to Jesse. They just throw it up in the end zone, I'm going to catch it. We were playing somebody at the 8th game of the season. Coach finally just gave in like, all right, go out there.
Can I tell him what happened?
Yeah, tell him. Go ahead, Coach.
So, all right. So I didn't know Jesse at first. When he first came out there, and when he was a freshman, then Coach Booker
Yes.
came to the field when Jesse was in charge, and when he was out there, and Coach Booker says that you got a boy out there named Pellot-Rosa. I said, Pellot-Rosa? I don't know. I didn't even know the name. I never heard the name before. Pellot-Rosa.
Who was that?
Yeah. So, but anyway, Coach Booker told me to look out for him because he didn't want him to get hurt. Because he was mainly a basketball player.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was trying to kind of protect him because Coach Booker was a legend.
Always a backstory. Shout out to Coach Booker.
I was trying to protect him.
Shout out to Coach Booker.
I didn't want Coach Booker looking for me.
Legendary Coach Booker.
Yeah, Coach Booker.
Yeah.
So when Coach Booker told me that, I tried to make sure he didn't get hurt because I wanted him to be ready for basketball. I was glad he was out there playing football, but I didn't want him to get hurt. So that's what happened.
Yep. Man, I don't know why he finally decided to put me in the game, but he put me in.
Yeah.
And I ain't shoot. Ever since then, he kept me in. He ain't taking back out. He ain't taking back out.
That's right.
Hey, that's Coach Dempsey. Where did you? Because I know you came in early too.
Yes, sir.
And I remember Tyree talked about you when he was on here. Shout out to Tyree.
Yeah.
And I know he probably had a little bit of influence.
Another one of my godsons.
right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tyree told me been get on social media. He been telling me that.
Shout out to Tyree, man.
Yeah,
You gonna
man.
see this, Ree?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Coach. Give us a little bit of input.
Oh, wow. Where does it start?
When you looking for a tall kid.
Yeah, well, with Jesse, let's have it started with Jesse. Actually, I started coaching. I was at Westover. Long story how I felt like God sent me there. One day I was out working. I'm an insurance agent, and I was out working between appointments, and I saw this little youth league football game going on over at Westover, and I just went over there, to watch the game for a few minutes and get back on track to my schedule. And a couple of people recognized me from, being an athlete in my younger years, and indicated to me that they needed a youth league coach.
Okay.
And so it started there. Actually, Tyree was on my first team.
Yeah.
Tyree Evans, Marvell Lewis, Tavares Scott, Brian Jacobs. But a lot of guys, but anyway, and so the following year, we played against Hillside, and Hillside had a kid. Well, of course, one of my God sent sons, Taj Henley.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He's my best friend. Yeah, my best friend.
And
Shout out to Taj.
Yeah.
Taj, if you know, Lord, I love you. Lord knows I love you, Taj, but we got to talk about the dot, man. So I told the kids, I said, there's a guy that goes to y'all's middle school. He got a dot between his eyes, and I need y'all to find out who he is.
Okay. That's what it was.
So I'll never forget. He tore off of a brown lunch bag and he wrote down his address, 1619 Rosecrest Avenue. To this day, he's amazed how I could, like I said, today he's still amazed that I can remember that address, you know.
Yep.
But I went there and talked to his mom and everything, so-called recruited Taj. And then I was looking at, man, we don't have much height. And I was like, you know, y'all gonna know anybody tall, right? And so Taj, I know where this guy lived. So they went up there and knocked on the door. Jesse came out and they said, is he tall enough? I said, I think he'll work. You know. So that's how how Jesse and my relationship kind of started from that point. And so that's how it started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. See, this is why we do this, man, because there's all these backstories that we don't know about, and a lot of people don't get to tell them. And I fuss with him all the time, but I'm so glad that he opening up now, and he's like such a closed book. And I'm like, Jesse, you got so much to tell people, man. He was like, man, I ain't about that, man. I don't care about that. I just want to just help out kids, man. People help me out.
Yeah.
And he's so humble, and he means that. But I always jump on him. I'll be like, Jesse, you got to give us something. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe that you have, and I used to tell it to Tyree. I used to always argue with Tyree. I'm like, Tyree, you got so much to give back. But he just kind of guarded. And same as Jesse, guarded. And for lack of a better term, they have reasons why. So I understand. So I try to respect that, but also it's some other people that out here that might can, use to help.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's why we do that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but Coach Berry,
Yes,
if you
sir.
got any more that you can add to this, man.
Well, yeah, Jess has been a blessing to me. I know he's saying that I helped him out a lot, but it's been mutual.
Okay.
And not only Jesse, as we just mentioned, you can't mention Jess without mentioning Todd.
Right.
They join at the hip.
Yeah.
And they've just been very tremendous in terms of me coaching them. Actually, I prolonged my coaching because I was supposed to get out of coaching after we went to the playoffs.
the sophomore year?
Yeah, your sophomore year.
Yeah. I'm
And-
glad. Thank you, Jesus. I'm glad he did.
Yeah.
How many games y'all win?
Yeah.
How many games y'all
I
win?
win the playoffs.
That was the playoffs.
This was the
Okay.
old,
This was the old
system.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all had to win
Only
at
the
least.
top two went to the playoffs.
Okay, so y'all had to win at least 8 games.
We did.
Oh, okay.
It was
See,
82
for
games.
Whiff, I ain't never used to that because Whiff was like Kennedy.
No,
with the
we
goal.
we had a good year.
Yeah. It's normally like either 1 and 9.
No, not
Okay, okay, all right, cool.
back in the day. So went to the playoffs. So I stayed coaching a couple more years longer than I was supposed to because I wanted to be there for them guys, man. Todd, Jesse, and some more of them that came through. So and so we went through the whole process with the schools and trying to get them in colleges and stuff, and it all worked out, and I'm just so blessed that, like I said, Jesse has found his purpose in life, and he's using his what I'm so blessed about in terms of knowing that he's using his skills and talents to help other folks.
Yep.
And we got a lot of athletes here in Richmond, and and they do a wonderful job in terms of their personal self. But what are they doing to give back to the community?
Luke Martin always talks about that.
You got to
When he
give
was on here,
give
he
back.
mentioned that. He was big on that.
The Lord has blessed us with Jesse with a lot of talent and gifts that the Lord has blessed him with. Not only athletic, but Jesse has a way of reaching people. He's just very personable. And so, I was always hoping he was going to get into teaching like I did in education, but he's doing that through the coaching. And so, he's giving back, people help me out. People help coach out. People help you out. And our job is to give to others. And we gave to Jesse, and Jesse's doing the same thing, giving back to the community. So I'm so proud of him, and I'm glad you're doing this because it's well worth it.
Man, I agree, because Kennard said this morning, he said the same thing. He said, man, I'm so happy for Jesse because Jesse ain't going out here getting the big kids. He going to get kids that people don't know and develop them to give them an opportunity. And a lot of people don't do that. He said that this morning. He said he was really, really proud of you doing that because a lot of people don't want to do that. They got to have a name.
I don't care about none of that.
And you never did.
Like, I don't care about none of that. Like, whoever come in the gym and work with me, bro, I'm gonna get them better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't care who you is. You could be top notch, you could be 5 stars, no stars, 0 stars. I don't care, bro. You come in the gym, I'm gonna help you. Everybody ain't gonna go to college. Everybody ain't gonna go to the pros. But everybody gonna have to get a job one day. So what we doing is teaching them life lessons through hard work, dedication, adversity, all of that. And a lot of people don't understand that. You know what I mean? And it's cool. Everybody got their own thing. You know, but with us, I'm whoever want to come to the gym work with me, that's who I'm helping. Straight like that.
So talk. If I may, go ahead, Coach.
Well, I just thought about it. You know, I coached Jesse, and then Jesse in turn helped my daughter out. My daughter was going to his camps and everything. So, you know, you kind of see that generational shift in terms of helping. So I was so happy with that. And she thinks the world of Jesse. And so, and you say you coach your son too. So that's what it's all about.
If I may add a couple of things.
Sure, this is why y'all here. This is what y'all here for this. Because he don't want to talk.
I would have a tough time to fathom Jesse as a teacher because...
Oh, I think he can be I'm telling you.
You ain't do your homework. Exactly. You should have heard the argument me and him last week. Oh my God. What's wrong with you, boy? We was going back and forth. So that's him right there.
However, let me tell you something that I'm going to tell you right now, from day one, Jesse stole my heart, man. You know, I recognize his leadership skills ever since he was 10, 11 years old. And but there was something that he did at VCU that blew a lot of people's minds.
I already know what he's going to do.
And he was working, what year? Your sophomore year?
No,
there was a freshman year because Cable was still coach, Jeff Cable. And so, shout out to Jeff.
Jeff was your coach.
Yeah, Jeff Cable and Coach Grant.
And Anthony.
And shout out to the VCU, our alma mater.
Oh, yeah.
Our production guy right here, he's a VCU alum. Shout out to Ray.
They made it to the tournament.
It's good.
Yeah. But what I wanted to say was that they had the Jeff Cable basketball camp, and Jesse, you know, worked there, and of course he got paid, and it wasn't anything significant, you know. But I myself, like I said, I'm an insurance agent, and I've been blessed from growing up in same neighborhoods and everything, and been blessed to be very successful in my career. So I won a lot of trips all over everywhere. So this one particular trip, I came home, and my sister was watching my house while I was on that trip vacation or whatever, and she was taking to bring the newspaper in, and she knew how fond I was of Jesse, and there was this big article that she had opened up the paper and had laying on the kitchen counter for me to see the first thing when I walked in, you know, and it was Jesse with this kid that was in this basketball camp that was autistic.
Oh, wow.
And the kid had so much fun, and Jesse had bonded with him, and Jesse could probably give more details if he wanted about how that was. But what amazed me was Jesse didn't have a lot of money.
I had no money.
And this kid wanted to come back for the second session, and Jesse gave up his entire pay to pay for that kid to be able to come back for the next
I didn't
session.
know that. Yeah, that's cool.
And so, you know,
That's dope, bro.
I can sit here, man, and tell you a million things that I've seen Jesse do. One other one, and I got to give this one. I got to give it.
No, man.
I don't want to be like I'm taking
You
the
got a ton
time.
of stories.
But
This is why he brought you here.
Yeah. Well, we were playing in the church league. Okay.
Oh, I remember this.
And we were and we were playing the teams that we were we looked like John Marshall.
We look like John Marshall.
Today, playing, you know.
Yeah.
What?
And shout out to John Marshall, state champion, great
Shout out to
job.
JM, y'all won
And
the thing
a
yesterday.
great job of Tyree White, national coach of the year. Absolutely
Shout out
great
Tyree
job.
White. Yep.
But
Definitely
I'm just
shout
saying that the competition,
It was the same.
yeah.
Okay.
And
That's we'll get into that.
when you feel you got Taj Henley, Tyree Evans, Jesse Pellot-Rosa all on the same youth league team, you got something. You know what I mean? So anyway, we're playing this other team. The first time we played them, we'd beaten them, terribly, and so the next time we played them, I told the guys, if you shoot a layup, you're coming out the game. Everything we shooting today is all three-pointers. It's 3-point practice.
Okay.
Right? Okay. And so we did that or whatever. They had a young man on the other team that was disabled. I don't even know how to describe it. But anyway, handicapped, whatever.
Yeah.
And so they finally put that kid in at the end of the game, and I told the guys, I said, everybody's time, just let him shoot. Right? And so, I didn't expect this. The guy shoots, misses, Jesse rebounds, and turns around, hands it back to him. Shoot, like you're on the playground. Shoot it. And that went on for about 4 or 5 times, maybe even more. Finally, the kid made the basket, and the whole gym erupted.
Oh,
Wow.
That's great.
The whole gym erupted, and and I had this gentleman that came out of the stands, and he said to me, Coach, that's about the best act of sportsmanship I've ever seen in my life.
Absolutely.
He said, do me a favor. And I said, what? He handed me a $100 bill. He said, take them young men out to eat.
Oh, wow.
And
How
so-
old were they?
We were like
12.
12. We were like
11, 12. And so that's what I always tell people. You never know who's watching. You never know who's looking.
A whole lot.
You know what I'm saying? So that's Jesse's heart. Man.
And see, that's my big thing. I always tell these kids, now you never know who looking in the stand.
right. Amen.
And so when I tap them and come on, they be like, I ain't know you watch me. I'm like, you never know who's watching.
That's right.
Exactly.
I tell people that all the time too.
Yeah.
You never know who's watching.
And especially these days in time, like you said earlier, with cameras.
Cameras and everywhere, yeah.
You
You can't
it's-
escape it.
Yeah. So that's that's his heart, man. He's just a giving, loving guy, and he's a Christian young man.
That man, he got a heart of gold. Coach Berry, I know you probably got another story, man.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, I just, again, I just kind of reflect back on.
Tell them about
Jesse.
driving up and down the East Coast.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why he got y'all.
Okay.
This dude,
yeah.
I'm telling you, this dude on his own dime took me and Taj to daggone every camp up and down the East Coast.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Man, we went to Michigan. He drove us to Michigan State.
Michigan State.
He
Yeah.
drove
That was
us
13-hour drive.
13-hour drive. Me and this guy right here.
Yeah.
He
Rented a
drove-
van and
Yes.
took him up there and
Pittsburgh,
Yeah, you got Pittsburgh, Maryland,
UVA,
UVA, Maryland,
yeah.
NC State.
NC State.
I'm reading them off right now. Maryland, Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
Michigan State,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell him a story.
Georgia Tech.
Yeah, we ain't go there. They was recruiting me. They was
okay.
recruiting me. They was
In
recruiting me.
Georgia.
Yeah, they sent me a lot of
Yeah,
times.
well, we had folks coming in the building. I mean, left and right. Beeman was coming in. We had a whole lot of folks coming
Really?
in to see them. And I was also honored to be Jesse and Taj's science teacher. I taught them.
Okay.
I taught them, and they both of them got an A.
Are you serious?
We might want to honor that.
Well, see, a lot of folks don't know. Jesse and Taj, they were true student
Yes,
athletes.
Okay.
True student athletes. The schoolwork came first. Even though they were really good in basketball and football, the schoolwork came first. They actually, both of them finished in the top 10 in our class. I think y'all had the same GPA.
Yes, I was getting ready to comment.
How she all each other name?
Larry.
Right.
And you end up with the same grade point.
And we here, right?
Half a tenth in the
Hey,
grade.
we here. See, do that.
I still don't know how that happened, but yeah.
It was like 3.5, 4, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Somebody
all the way down to the
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't know.
Both of us
See,
in
we
the
all
top-
on the same thing. We already know what happened.
I don't know how that happened, but they were like I said, they were true student athletes. Both of them finished in the top 10 in their class, and they were also on. Well, you guys were on the elected to. It was
National Honor Society?
something like that. Yeah.
The National Honor Society.
Or the student government or something like that. Yeah.
It was so much
Yeah.
stuff.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Now, if you'd have said Tyree was, I'd have been like, Tyree was? You know what I'm saying? But you never know.
I took Tyree to church too.
Right, I'm gonna say, but Tyree always give you that. And I'm saying, I want a diss for Tyree, but I'm just saying, but
we love Tyree.
this is why you do, because you don't know who's what. So that's why I be like, tell us the story. story.
Yeah.
Because they ain't going to tell it.
Yeah, no,
You know what I'm saying?
They were student athletes. Or we used to take them to church too.
Yeah.
We used to go to First Baptist sometimes.
Okay.
We used to take the whole team, and they were always there when we took them to church. So.
Yeah, see, a lot of people don't know. Like my dad taught me the game of chess when I was in elementary school.
Really?
Yeah, like I played chess. I never let nobody know that. You know what I mean? I was in like a chess club in elementary school.
They groomed you well, man.
So I ain't want nobody to like know how smart I was. Like he taught me that because I would always finish my work fast in the classroom, and I get bored and I start like helping other kids, or I start doing stupid stuff. So my dad said to keep me out of trouble, he taught me how to play chess so I could play chess with the teacher. You know what I'm saying? Because I was so much smarter, and but I always played like dumb. You know what I mean? I always played dumb and stuff like that. And yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish.
No, and like in basketball, people ain't never really noticed. I know people caught on late. So during the game times, I was always in the right spots whenever I need to be, or I was always shooting the gaps at the right time because I was seeing the game ahead of schedule.
Okay.
Yeah, I was seeing it differently. Also, all I used to do too was towards the end of the game, Taj caught on this late. He got mad at me. At the end of the game, you know how teams start fouling and stuff like that, and then they got to figure out to shoot free throws. So I from middle school all the way through high school. So this is from like 6th grade all the way through like 12th grade. Me and Taj playing together.
Oh, wow.
Towards the end of the game, I had like maybe 12, 14 points. But I ended the game with like 22, 24 points. Because at the end of the game, they come fouling, and I'm acting like I can see somebody, but I can't get it, so they can foul me, and I go shoot the free throws. You know, Taj, he the point guard. So for like 4-5 years straight, I'm doing this. Finally, my senior year with George Wythe, and I pulled that again. Yeah. He said, "No, I ain't pass you the ball." I said, "Bro, you caught on 5 years later. You know, I've been doing this since we was kids. You know, even when I was with Jack, when I was playing with Jack, they be coming to try to foul us. I'm holding. I can't. Oh, my bad.
Wow.
Yeah, I do all the
Stat
time.
pad.
Oh, I was stat pad.
Definitely was stat
And
pad.
a very prolific free throw shooter.
Yeah.
As well. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, that is crazy, man.
That's all from the game of chess right there.
But see, you know, it was funny because you said earlier, and I remember Coach Berry had said so when y'all was talking before we came on, and you talked about like he just being an intellectual kid. And I remember my son used to always talk about Mondo was the same way.
Oh, okay.
And it's funny what Coach Berry said you taught Christie.
Yeah, and Kennard.
And Kennard. Oh, wow. Okay. I know.
Shout out to Kennard Weiss. Yeah, and Armstrong was over there for 3 years.
And shout out to my alumni. I'm Armstrong.
Okay.
Class of 74.
Hey, well, hey, you know, y'all got out of school. I'm a Kennedy alum.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So, but it was funny when you say that because it was like, when he used to always say, Mondo used to always finish his work fast and then go help other people, whatever. And when you said that, I was like, well, damn, you know, Coach Berry, see, I would have never known all that. All the pieces fit. You know what I'm saying? But wow, Jesse, see, this is stuff that we need to know. Because, you know, back then when he was playing, it won't cool to be cool. To be smart.
Yeah, it won't. You
know, because then, especially when you go into an inner city school, because you look weak.
Yeah.
You can go to the private schools and county schools and be smart because that gets you cool points. But that won't the real thing, you know. So,
but you know, when they were, you know, they at George Wythe, kids looked up to Jesse and Taj, even though they knew they was really good in, not only because they knew they were really good in sports, but because they knew they was handling our business in the classroom, and they never got in trouble. I mean, they were model students. I mean, they were just the perfect students that you will always want to teach. And as I mentioned before, I stayed teaching 2 more years before I went into administration because I wanted to finish. I wanted to see them off. And as soon as they graduated, I was out. He was out.
It was gone.
Yeah, I was out of there.
See, that happens a lot, Ray. We ain't gonna even talk about that.
I appreciate him for that.
You know, so you was able to see, and it's crazy because he sent me this stuff a couple of weeks ago, and you was all academic. But you'll see all region academic on our academic team, along with those all state honors and stuff that you got.
Yeah.
The first team, you know. But you know what I really want to go into.
What's that?
Because remember when Tyree Evans, his podcast, right? And you told me that Tyree said you fouled out during that JJ Redick. So let's talk about that JJ Redick game. Because I know some of y'all was around.
Yeah, I was there.
But before,
I was there.
You know, so for everybody.
Yeah.
Did you foul out or did you not foul out?
foul out. No,
Okay.
no.
But why do you think Tyree said you foul out?
Oh no, he just
Probably
probably he just ain't remember everything.
Okay.
You know, it was so long ago, so he probably just ain't remember like
Yeah.
all the details. You know, because I don't remember all details, but I know
Like 20 years ago now.
yeah, that was a long time.
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah. So,
And I saw that for the round.
No, go ahead, Coach.
But I saw that podcast of Tyree's too, and actually Taj didn't foul out either. Taj actually hurt his ankle
Yeah, he
really
got-
bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
ankle in the first quarter.
Okay.
Right, yeah. And
And fouled out.
but he did,
Green,
but he
Green.
did,
Yeah,
but he,
and Green
but he did
foul.
find time to body slam JJ Redick though.
Yeah.
Look, y'all should have kept doing that because y'all probably would have won the game.
Yeah, no, it was just you know what I'm saying? We wasn't taught like I'm gonna be honest.
Give your account because me and you had a great conversation about that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. We wasn't taught how to chase off of screens and chase guys and help and recover off of screens like that.
Y'all hadn't seen that all year, right?
No. And, you know, we knew how to play great man-to-man defense, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. But far as like helping them recover, the big man showing on the screen, I didn't learn that until I got to VCU when Coach Cable told me how to chase, how to trail a guy, how the big man hedge, the other opposite guy drop down to help the guy if he slips. We wasn't taught that at
Shout out
George
to
Wythe.
Coach Cable. Shout out to him.
So when I got to Coach Cable, when I got to college, you know, that's all they do is down screens, double screens, double drags, and stuff like that. So, okay, you don't see a lot of guys going crazy like that, you know, because we know how to defend that stuff.
Right.
We didn't know how to defend that in high school, you know what I'm saying? So,
And he went 43 that day.
no, he went crazy.
Yeah.
He went crazy.
He was shooting that thing
But,
right.
but it's so crazy because
Yeah, but he's not why we lost. I put
you
it that.
give okay. I want to hear this
In my opinion,
because it's so
we
many.
shot the ball. We had Sean Taggart the previous game.
He in Memphis now, right?
Right. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Shout out Big Soft. Shout out Big Soft.
Soft doing a wonderful job coaching high school.
Yep. Yeah, I saw he did something good.
Won the
Some
the league
championship or
championship
something.
here
Yeah, out
in
there in
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
And you know, shout out to you, Sean. But he had a big game, you know, coming off the bench because he actually wasn't starting that year. Darryl Johnson at 6'4", 6'5" was starting over Big Soft.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And so, in my opinion, I think that they should have kind of went back to that and had Big Soft in the middle to be a threat a little bit in the middle there, you know, rebound.
Yeah, they zoned us the whole game, and we won't hit on our shots.
Yeah.
I was off too.
And then the shots weren't falling.
Yeah.
And of course that happens in any game.
Right.
But in my coaching days, I always say it. What is it, Jesse? You should never have what? You know, you can have a bad offensive day, but you should never
A bad defense.
a bad defensive day.
Right.
Because what? Defense comes from the heart.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay? So, in my opinion, they didn't play the defense that they had been taught and raised, and they were greyhounds.
Right.
Run the court, press the ball, keep it moving, keep it moving.
A lot of times-
And what was happening is being in the zone, a lot of the shots weren't falling, creating long rebounds.
yeah.
JJ Redick is not what beat them. It was the other 4 or 5 kids on the team that were below
really?
average
This is the first
players
I'm hearing that.
that were getting fast breaks off the long rebound shots.
Okay.
And then ultimately at the end of the game, when it came time to be, you know, fouled and put them to the free throw line, I mean, I'm not second guessing anybody, and I mention any names, but I don't know why in the world you could let the ball get in JJ Redick's hands.
And we ended up losing by like 6 or 8 that game.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, you keep setting him the free throw line. You should be denying him the ball, period, all day long, and let somebody else
Right.
go to that
That's
free
what
throw
I
line.
would say.
You know what I'm saying? So in my opinion, that's how that went down. In my opinion,
I really wanted to see him again at Duke when we got Duke in that March Madness pool.
Yeah.
But he had just left and went to the NBA.
NBA, right?
Yeah. Shout out JJ. I saw JJ Rigg in the All-Star game too. Like after that, I kicked his ass. But nobody
No, we all
like,
know that.
ain't nobody gonna talk about that. You know what I'm saying?
No, hey, this is the time we can do that. Shout out to JJ.
Shout out
No,
JJ. JJ knew who I
but
am.
I'll tell you
Who
what,
I am.
I'm a big JJ Redick fan.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
gonna tell you now.
JJ do his thing.
You know, I go back because it's hard to get these Wythe guys on here, man. Wythe we talk about how great John Marshall is in the city from throughout the decade. John Marshall been great decades, you know, to this city. But so is George Wythe. You think about the athletes that came out of George Wythe, and you're talking about at least from 98 to 02, 04 from Tyree's last year.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm counting at least 2 state championships, maybe 3.
Yeah.
I don't really know the history of all those guys and stuff like that.
Well, I'm just gonna count from the 90. I'm gonna go from 98 to 04. I didn't start watching it again.
You
till
know, we won a
03.
title at Jefferson Huguenot with.
Right.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
Peter Wolford.
Right. Yeah.
But what I'm saying
Jay
is, just from this group from 04 to late 90, with Luke Mon and was there.
Luke Mon,
Right. So you'll go from there.
Yeah.
And then, his group. How many times y'all went to the state finals?
3. Out
3.
of 4 years.
Right. So they got there,
I messed up my sophomore year. It was my fault.
and that was
I was all in love and shit.
Well, Lukeman was gone that sophomore year.
Yeah, Luke. I only played with Luke 1 year.
Yeah, right. Lukeman was in the class of
Luke was a
99.
senior.
Luke was a senior. That's my dog.
Right.
Yeah, Luke was a
Okay.
senior.
Shout out to Luke. Shout
Yeah,
out.
I was playing varsity as a
Got mad
freshman.
love for
Okay.
Luke, man.
Yeah.
And you played a key role in that playoffs too.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
put you at
That
they
was
put him
the-
at the top of the zone.
Yeah.
That was the year they got beat at the buzzer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
TJ?
No, Springfield.
Potomac.
Yeah,
Potomac.
Springfield.
Potomac.
Yeah, dude shot you on
Half court, dog.
Oh,
I never forget. I was late in the ball game, and I had shot a 3. And I'm always got to shoot the ball. I'm like, no. Okay, good. I'm always that guy. I'm shooting when you ain't supposed to be taking a shot, but I'm confident though.
Right.
I'm confident. So I don't know what it was, late in the ball game, and I was in the corner, and they passed me the ball. I guess we trying to like stall the ball out or whatever the case may be, but I shot it, and it went in, and I was running back past Coach Booker. Coach Booker said, "Pow! You better have made it right."
Wow.
Right on my arm. Yeah, shout out Coach Booker.
Yes.
How many years you played under Coach Booker?
1 year.
1 year.
He left and went to Virginia State after.
Went to Virginia State. Okay. That's when Coach McMillan
He and Coach
came.
McMillan came, and then my sophomore year, that was on me.
Okay.
I was all in love with I was, seeing butterflies and stuff, looking in the crowd, seeing my girl. I just blew the ball, smacked him beside the head. They like, Jesse. I'm like, huh? yeah, my bad. I was there. Then I snapped back into it my 11th
And 12th grade. Well, you definitely made up for it.
But I was good in football my 10th grade year.
That's good.
Like
I
Coach
was
Berry,
good in football.
look.
Yeah.
You ain't had to worry about that, Coach Berry.
Maybe the football's not blowing him out. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I was
You got the helmet on. Got the blinders on. But basketball is a whole different.
And you better be locked in on that football field.
See, he's up here praying, all that stuff like that.
locked in.
That's why I say I knew I wasn't around for that part, but I got a lot of newspaper clippings and stuff like that. So shout out to that Wythe football team in sophomore year, man, because I definitely ain't never known George Wythe to be 8 wins and nothing if never come to football.
That's true. You right.
It ain't been done since.
It ain't been done. You right. You right.
So
Shout out to all them OGs. All them OGs.
Yeah, let's give a little shout out.
Woo, Jeter, all those guys.
yeah, Jeter, I heard from Jeter.
Mitchfield.
Mitchfield, Marvell, all those guys.
I did want to say Marvell.
Clarence Lane.
Clarence Lane. Clarence Lane.
I coached rec football for 1 year up at Westover, and Jesse wasn't on there, but it was Taj and Marshawn Harvey out of Huguenot, and better known as Red, and shout out to Red. We love you, man. That was the one year I decided, man, no, I got to stick with basketball. Football's too many kids, too many. Because I was picking everybody up, and doing all that. But I forgot I went off on this tangent. But anyway.
But it's okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to ask you a question until you come back to that.
Yeah.
Tyree Evans, and I know I mentioned him a lot because Tyree came on here first. He was, it's actually Luke Mon first.
Yeah, Luke.
Yeah,
Luke came on first, the Wythe guys, and then Tyree. And as I tell people,
Oh, can I
no,
go
ahead.
about Luke right quick?
Yeah, go ahead. He watches all the time.
Oh, look, my boy Taj, right? Taj Henley, my best friend. We were the only 2 freshmen on the team that year, right? Mm-hmm. I never forget this.
Luke prepared for this, right?
No. Luke taught me a lot. What you mean? Luke
Okay.
taught me a lot. No. Taj was playing point guard. Mm-hmm. I was the wing guy.
Okay.
But Taj was always a good point guard when we was coming up.
Okay.
Man, Luke was a point guard.
Right.
Bro, every time we try to draw a play, Taj try to call a play, Luke just ripping him. Whoop, whoop. I'm like, Black, come on, Black. His name Black. I'm like, Black, come on, handle the ball. Like every time he turned his back, Luke picking him, boop. we can't even get into the office. Luke was just destroying this dude. I'm like, yo, come on, bro. What are you doing? I mean, Luke was a monster, bro.
Luke on that defensive end, oh my God.
Yes, sir.
That ain't nothing new.
I'm glad they took me in. You know what I'm saying? They took me in as a youngster. You know, so I'm appreciative of that. But,
Yeah, I personally, and I don't even know if Luke knows this, but I personally called him Lubriderm.
Not the lotion.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just so smooth, man. You know, and everything you did. I mean, and he was
so big for choke, man.
and such a great leader.
Yeah.
When they went in ninth grade, and you know they had study hall. Coach Book had them in study before they went to basketball practice. And you know, I'd walk into that room, and a lot of the guys in there shucking and jiving or whatever. Lumen was in that back corner, that book open, man, getting it in.
Yeah,
and I gained a lot of respect for that fella right then and there. And then just to see him on the basketball court, man, I mean, he's just a very talented guy. And then now to see how much he gives back.
Yeah,
He does.
I mean,
He's big.
it's tremendous, man.
I think. Oh yeah, go
And
ahead.
then his little brother Ibrahim.
Yeah, Ibrahim,
You know,
yeah.
they went on to do a lot of great things.
Ibrahim the same age.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ibrahim,
Yeah.
yeah. I think they probably like me because I was just fearless. I wasn't ever scared none of them. Like for real, that's because of me coming up. Like I went at their throats. Every single one of them. I went at them, and they knew it. Like so, you know, I was just fearless at all times. You know what I mean?
Man, you know, for me, being from Highland Park, I'm a North Side guy. When I moved to Chesterfield, and I took my son to the city and played at Elcott. That's where I met a lot of the Wythe guys. And I tell you, they took my son in and it made me feel like I was from Southside.
Man.
That's why I always, those Wythe guys are special to me because it's a different type of brotherhood that I see that y'all have. You know, Northside gonna be always home to me on Highland Park all day. That's what I say, you know, maybe Charles right there. But those Southside guys just took us in, man. You know, when we used to go down we played Bell Mead, and my son used to go down there with Nuttall and all them down there and work out, and how they just kind of embraced my kid. And I love y'all brotherhood, man, at Wythe. It's like, damn, why could I go to Wythe? I remember my mom was messing with this guy, and she was supposed to move to Columbia Street off of Harwood.
Yeah.
And she showed me the house and everything because my uncle worked at the paper company right there across from 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
And I said, man, I'm gonna be going to Wythe, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't really know too much of the history then. But as I look back on it now, man, it's just like, man, y'all brotherhood, with especially when it comes to the basketball side.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's love. Like you can hear even the guys that don't even get along.
Yeah.
But y'all love each other. It's like, man, I don't mess with him like that, or we ain't got this, but that's my dog.
Yeah.
That's my brother. You know what I'm saying? And it's just so great to see that y'all have that brotherhood. And that's why I said I talk about Lou, Tyree, and all the other guys, you know, Rabbit, Taj. I mean, y'all go down, you know, Mayo, everybody. You know, it is a bone. And it's just, I just love it, man. And I just like, wow. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was like, I got it. People said, why you don't have no Wythe? Somebody asked me this 2 weeks ago. And I said, it ain't on me.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get the Wythe guys on here.
Yeah, we just don't be trying to do all that.
Right, they don't. And it's like,
That's true.
like, I don't know what it is. They just like, no, man, people know who we are. But they ain't really much for talking.
Yeah.
And I respect that.
Yeah.
But no, you guys, man, I love you guys because they took my kid in and Southside made my son. You know what I'm saying? Even though
That's awesome.
I'm not from Southside, but it made my son. It made him tougher. You know, especially when
It does.
Because when he played against Bell Mead the first time, he cried. You know, we played against Hillside it was Creighton caught the first game, Bell Mead the second game, he cried. But the next time when we played him at Thompson, it was a whole different experience, that thing. My son was like jawing back at him. I said, okay, so now you get it.
He got his feet wet.
Yeah, he got his feet wet. Yeah, he had to go through getting beat up by Bell Mead and Blackwell a couple times, you know what I'm saying? So I embraced it, but what I wanted to do is to go into Tyree Evans real quick. Because from 96 to about 03, I didn't really watch basketball around here, you know, I kind of went away. But I heard all the stories.
Okay.
So I told people when I first somebody told me, go to Hanover to see George Wythe. I was like, for what? They said, you need to go see Tyree Evans.
This was in 04.
This is 04, his senior year.
Oh, yeah, I was gone.
Yeah, so you was gone. I heard about you.
You were a
But
freshman at VCU.
yeah,
I was a freshman at VCU.
So we talked about Tyree. Not to go into it because this is about you, but for me, when I saw Tyree for the first time, he wowed me.
Yeah.
And it was like, what the fuck? Who is this dude? Because he was shooting jumpers like from half court damn near.
Right.
And it was just, you know what I'm saying? What do y'all, I guess I'm trying to figure out the question. When you say Tyree, what does he mean to y'all, or how do you look at him as a player or as a person?
Oh, he was a good player, man. He was a good player. You know what I'm saying? He could shoot it. He was fast. You know what I'm saying? He was fearless too. You know, he ain't back down for nobody.
Because he was under you, you know.
Yeah. He was under me. He was a solid player, bro. Good player, bro. You know what I mean?
Coach, you had any?
Oh yeah, I coached him I think maybe 1 or 2 years, and I kind of recruited him over to Wythe because I think he was trying to figure out what school he was going to go to, and I used to go over to Thompson. Not only recruit him, it was a bunch of others over there that I used to try to get over to Wythe.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he eventually came over there, but you know. And I think I'm a little biased on this one. I just say this. I think Tyree could have been a better football player.
He said that.
I said the same thing.
I was just in Tyree's mama's house Friday with his uncle, who Tyree gave a lot of credit in his podcast about how he played with the older boys, same way Jesse, because with not personal, but you know, handling some insurance business for him, and his uncle said the same thing.
Yeah,
you know, he said, "Man, if he'd have just stuck with football."
That's what everybody say.
Yeah.
So what is it with sports? Because
and shout out to that.
No, he was faster than me though.
he was faster.
Tyree
Yeah,
was
he was
fast,
faster than me.
he jumped.
Okay.
Had
Yeah.
good hands.
Who's the better receiver?
Now, me, goddamn.
I said this. Jesse had the better hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesse could catch anything. If you throw it up,
Yeah.
we used to call him "Go Get It."
Yeah.
And
Well, he was faster.
Tyree was faster.
Tyree was fast.
And what Jesse was good at wide receiver was he basketball boxed it out.
Yeah, I had the second
Once he
speed.
went, but he could box the guy out and get the ball.
I look slow as hell. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's what I said.
I look slow. But I look slow, but I'm always getting behind the defense. Every time.
Throw it anywhere near him. He
Yeah.
gonna catch it.
Yeah, seriously.
And to his defense, okay, we're probably getting too fast forwarded here, but while we're on the subject, with the Jets tryout,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
they lined him up, but with Darryl, how you the
Oh, yeah, he seen the picture.
Darrell Reeves,
Yeah.
right? Jesse didn't even know that the guy was first round.
And now Hall of Famer.
Yeah. And
The
Jesse
reason why I got signed.
Jesse burned him like 50, 60
You
yards.
burned Darrell Reeves.
Hell yeah. Shout out D. Reed.
Wait a minute. You burned Darrell Reeves.
Got the picture.
Yeah, I got
proof.
yeah.
No. I'm just like
You
the
know,
people.
yeah.
Hey man.
But I'm gonna tell you this what happened though. I'm gonna tell you what happened. So we was in it was a 3-day trial period.
Okay.
I was actually playing basketball in Puerto Rico. I flew from Puerto Rico. I had a game in Puerto Rico on that Thursday, and I flew from Puerto Rico to New York training facility because I had left school early in March. It was like March, April, something like that.
Okay.
It was after the draft. And so they brought all the draft picks in there, and they brought in about like 40, 50 some walk-on players.
Okay.
So I was considered one of the walk-on players.
Okay.
So, you know, I was vibing with Reed. That was one of the guys who I was just hanging out with all the time. You know, me and him was cool in it. So one particular play, you know, we had the quarterback in there, and I was fucking up everything. I mean, I was lining up wrong. I was false starting. I was doing it because the verbiage is different from high school. You call it playing high school. I go line up anywhere I want to line up and run a slant or down and out. But in the NFL, you got to line up like 2 steps outside the dotted line, or 1 step inside the numbers, or 3 steps outside the numbers. And they kept saying, you know, get your split right. Like, man, what the fuck is a split? Like, what the fuck is a split? It was like language, and I ain't know.
Okay.
So coach was like, Pellot-Rosa, Pellot-Rosa, get your stick. I said, yeah, I got you, coach.
Well, that's because you didn't play college.
Yeah, I ain't play college football, so I ain't know the verbiage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So, damn.
But I know how to run fast and catch the fly ball.
Catch that ball.
So he was lining up on me. I ain't know who he was because I ain't watched the draft. I ain't know who that draft pick was. So I went on the go route. So I went on the go route about 50 yards. Quarterback threw it up, and he was on me. I jumped over the top of him and just caught it for a touchdown. Everybody went crazy, but I ain't really think it was nothing because that's just what I do. Like that's the only thing I know I do. Man, the next damn for the rest of the practice, that man was jamming up on the line. I'm like, God, I said, oh Lord.
Yeah, who is this?
I always have a problem off the jam. I ain't never really know how to get off the jam like that. So that's my one weakness, getting off the jam.
Hey, well,
Shout out D. Reeves, man. It's my guy.
hey, man, people don't got stories like that. So the fact that we got that on BallinVA.
I got a 3-year deal off of that. 3-year deal.
Really?
3-year deal. Yeah, that Sunday I signed a 3-year deal. It's non-guaranteed. Then I right before the day before training camp, Hank Poteet was guarding. We was doing one-on-ones, and I took my glove off. He used to play cornerback for the Steelers, and I ran a slant route. He had cut me off, and I had stuck my hand in there to break up the pass, and the ball and his hand came in and ripped my hand wide open, and I had to go get stitches in my hand. And I sat out the first 5 days of training camp, and then they released me after Atlanta Falcons football game. But I was actually like the second string, bro.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See, this
go ahead.
another VCU guy, because
Big Mo. Big Mo, that's good. Yeah. I was the first one to do it.
See what I'm saying? That's what people don't know. We know about Mo, but Jesse was there first, doing that.
And what was amazing about it is how Jesse got the opportunity was an insurance agent associate, a friend of mine, and actually he Lawrence Walden, that is great friends with the Highland Springs head basketball coach Reggie Tennyson.
Yes.
Okay.
Shout out to Coach. Shout out to my boys.
Yeah.
But anyway,
was that coach at him, right?
Yes, Walden.
He the reason why I got the how this all
So I was
started.
at a VCU game watching Jesse play, and Lawrence was saying, "Man, Jesse tough as nails." I said, "Yeah, you ought to see him play football." He said, "Football." So he knew the New York Jets recruiter.
Named Mike Davis. Shout out Mike Davis.
Yeah.
Mike Davis.
So they came to whatever and went over to VCU, and that
when
you said you were slow, no, he ran like a 4.6.
4.6. I was a 4.6 guy. Yeah.
I mean,
but Mike Davis called me. I don't know if you remember that show Punk with Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah.
That show was out during that time. So I thought I was being punked. Mike Davis, 'cause we was in the CAA tournament, and the guy Mike Davis from the Jets called me and said, "Hey man, y'all Mike Davis from New York Jets. You know what I'm saying? If you're interested in playing football." I'm like, yeah. Man, who is this? Like, I ain't never heard no scout or nothing like. I know the head coach, assistant coach, defensive coordinator. I ain't know they had no scouts or nothing like that. So I thought I was being punked. So I was just telling him like, yeah, all right, cool, whatever. I ain't gonna never see this dude again. He said, yeah. He said, don't tell nobody right now, but we're gonna come down after the season over and I'm gonna come down and work you out. And he called me back again out of the season. I said, oh shit, I ain't getting punked. This is for real. This is for real. So he came down and worked me out on the VCU soccer field. Coach Grant and all the team, the whole basketball team was out there. I was running routes. He was filming me and stuff like that. I had to do pass, had to run the 40, do different route combinations and stuff like that. He sent the film to Eric Mangini, which was the head coach at the time.
Oh, wow.
And Eric Mangini said, yeah, bring him up. I want to take a look at him. And that's how that all came about.
See, these are the people y'all see on ESPN mornings and all that stuff like that. And see, these are the backstories that I keep telling people.
And if I may
this is why this podcast is for that.
And if I might add, man, through this whole journey, we can't go without mentioning being blessed by God.
Yes.
And I was, again, on one of my trips that I'd won, and Jesse was the game, right before they cut him or whatever, but it was on TV. And here I am in the airport. Oh my God, his game's on TV. I'm not gonna be able to see it. And I get on JetBlue Airlines, and I'd be doggone if it didn't have cable or whatever right there on the TV screen, little TV behind the seat. Yeah. And I was actually able to see and witness him on the field from that, and I was like, God meant for this to happen. Yeah. He meant for me to be able to see Jesse, in that situation. So.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you a Larry Fitzgerald story.
Oh, Pittsburgh.
We got another one.
So look. Yo, he took me to Pittsburgh camp, right?
Okay.
And me and Larry Fisher got the same build. We both were tall, same slender frame, everything.
Yeah.
I'm at Pittsburgh camp. I'm killing it.
Yeah.
I'm catching everything. I'm burning everybody. I'm killing everybody. And this other tall dude over there, like, he ain't doing nothing. I'm like, man, who is this dude, man? So I'm like, Coach, what they thinking? I'm asking, what they think? He's like, yeah, don't worry about it. I already got that kid over there.
Wow.
I said, what? I said, that dude ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
He ain't doing nothing. He said, Coach said, yeah, nah, we're going to go ahead and go to this next camp over here. He said they already got that kid signed over there. So look. I'm like, man, who the hell is this kid? Who the hell is this dude, bro? I'm like,
that's the Jesse right there.
I'm like, man, this dude ain't nicer than me, bro. Like, I'm out here, I'm cooking. I'm cooking. He know I'm cooking. The coaches see me cooking.
They said, nah.
This dude ain't doing nothing. Come to find out, this motherfucker Larry Fisher. I said, oh shit. Well, no fucking
That's no Hall of Fame.
Shout out Larry Fisher.
Shout out to him.
I'm like, damn. I'm out here cooking. Larry just over there going through the motions, going slow. I'm going, man.
They already knew.
They already knew. Coach said, yeah. No, don't worry about it.
Can't even be mad.
Yeah. He said, we just came here.
We just did our due diligence.
Yeah. I said, Lord.
I know you run the show, Larry, but I got a request from Coach Barry about Jesse's track.
Oh, yeah.
Career. Nobody knew about this.
Jesse was also not only good in football, basketball, but also great in track. I think with high jump, long jump. High jump.
High jump.
And I had him out there running a few races too. And
over 100 and the 100.
Yeah. So
I went to states every year in high jump.
Yeah.
No practice.
I just get him out there and say, "Come on with us." You just get on the bus.
He won the region.
They never practiced.
He won the region.
I never practiced. Bro.
Won the region.
Went to the States every year high jump, jumping 6'4". No type of technique.
This is the first time hearing about this.
Bro, I just went like I was going to dunk the basketball, and I just like turned my back. I just jumped I went like I was going to dunk a basketball, and I just did like this. Form was ugly and everything.
And look, he cleared it with them big feet.
He always on your big feet.
Oh, he always. All of them, they know.
That's why your daughter was good at track?
Yeah,
because she was with All State at Berry.
Yeah, she was All State.
I see her name up there. I'm like, that's Jesse's daughter. She in the books up there, man. I saw when you walk in the gym.
That's great.
See what I'm saying? That's the stuff I be telling him about. I was walking it. I'm like, Pellot-Rosa, that must be Jesse's daughter. I called him. I said, Jesse, you got a daughter ran track. Remember I told you my daughter ran track. Oh yeah, that's right. See what I'm saying?
You're just a renowned freak athlete.
But see. To the JNR basketball people, this is who you're getting.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna talk about this stuff, but this is the type of athlete. So when you hearing people just talking, you never know. Look, I'm on
JNR basketball.
I've been waiting to do this. You don't need to do this, right? So I came prepared. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Yeah. So I had to do that for y'all. You know, let y'all know. This is 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
First time wearing it.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's a draft fit too.
That's all right.
That's my favorite. Yeah, see what I'm saying? So yeah, we all family here now, man. But since we got that, let's talk about this JNR basketball, man. Talk about your program, because I know you started. You probably, I don't want to say 3 years ago. You want to go back to when?
Yeah, I started while I was still playing pro ball.
Okay.
Like first, it was 3 years before I was about to retire. I retired in 2017, but I knew, I needed the end game. I need to do something. I wanted to train kids. Mm-hmm. So like, I started out, and Soup, your boy Soup, he gave me a kid.
Shout out to Soup, man.
I just saw Soup Saturday.
Yeah.
Shout out Soup.
I got called Soup.
I forgot a little man's name. I used to train him like he was one of my first clientele. Like Soup, little godson. I had a couple more after that. Then I went back overseas. Then when I came back, that's when you came and you brought your son. And so your son was like one of my, second.
Justin?
Yes, Justin. Little Justin. Yeah, little Justin. Yep. Justin was with me at first, man. And then your son came the following year. And then the third year, that's when I kind of retired. And each year just got more and more and more. And me and Rob, we was doing the training and the camps and the clinics and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I didn't even want to do AAU, bro. Like that wasn't a goal of mine.
No.
This one kid named Shane, he's down in Atlanta right now. His dad came to me one day, was like, yo, man, he tired of going to all these other programs and stuff like that. He wants somewhere where his son can develop and get better, and was asking me was I interested in doing it. I was like, man, I don't know how none of this stuff work. I don't know how to enter into tournaments.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do none of that stuff. I said, all I know how to do is coach kids and get them right.
Right.
The first time I told him no, because I was a little disappointed and depressed because I wasn't getting a college coach, because I kept trying to get a college coaching job.
Right.
So I was helping out Radford in 2017.
I remember that.
With Coach Jones. That's the year they went to the tournament.
Yeah.
I was in the background helping them out for like a month. But I kept trying to put the fillers out to get different colleges and stuff like that, but nobody wasn't really like, trying to give me like an opportunity like that. So I was a little depressed. So I was like, man, figured I'm just gonna stay with these kids and stuff like that, keep training these kids. Shout out to Donnie Lynn, man. Donnie Lynn, assistant coach at UNC Greensboro, he always helped me out.
Okay.
He was assistant coach at Radford at the time.
Okay.
And Donnie Lynn, he always was there for me, man. You know what I mean? But I just couldn't really. They ain't had no position open for me at the time.
Okay.
It's not like VCU. VCU got like a feeder system.
Okay.
Radford just got like, head coach, assistant coach. That's it. You can't do nothing else. Ain't no GAs and nothing like that. So after that happened, I was like depressed, and I didn't really want to like do it. I just wanted to keep training kids and keep doing camp. So when he asked me about the AAU thing, I told him no. I said, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And then he asked me again. I was like, no, I don't want to do it. And then my ex-wife at the time, she saw me like being depressed and stuff like that. And she said, Jesse, why you just don't go ahead and give it a try? I was like, she said, you know you love the kids, you know you want to do it, just give it a try. I was like, all right, cool. So I called him back, I was like, yo, it ain't Eric. I was like, listen, man, I'll give it a try. But you got to handle all the administrative part and enter us in tournament, because I don't know how to do none of that stuff. Okay. All I know how to do is train the kids up, coach them up, give them opportunity. He said, all right, cool. So he did that for me. And we was getting blasted. Oh, man. We was getting blasted. I had a bunch of 7th graders playing up in the 8th grade division. Matter of fact, Denzel Coles at Highland Springs, he was on that team.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he was one of the little,
yeah,
he was one of the little ones. Oh, we was getting blasted by like 40, 50.
Oh,
getting
wow.
killed. Yeah.
He is something special now.
Yeah, no. He good. He was good back then, too. He was just little. Okay. He was like a little midget, you know what I'm saying?
Damn, he grew a little bit. Damn.
Yeah. Then I had a bunch of other guys, Jacob, all these guys, Colin, guys on my Davion, Big Boat's son, all those guys on my team back then. Then after the season, he left. He took a job in Atlanta. The guy who told me to do this. So I'm like, bro, like, how am I supposed to do this? He said, nah, he gonna show me how to like enter into the tournaments and stuff. Because it's not like it was when we was growing up. Like, you had to qualify and stuff like that. And all you do now is just pay the money.
Yeah.
You pay the money and you get into a tournament. It's not the same.
It's money grab.
Yeah. So you just pay the money, you get in a tournament. So he showed me how to do it. So me and my partner Rob, because Rob was still playing overseas, he came back home, and me and my partner Rob, we started doing it. We know how to enter the tournaments now. We know how to pay the money. We know how to register and stuff like that. And then you mix that in with the development part. Like, it's good. It's all good. We've been growing every year. We had over 120-some kids on trial this year, the most we ever had. It was crazy.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like,
crazy.
Y'all had some kids in there. Man.
I said, bro, we had to cut this year. I never cut kids.
You're still currently carrying close to 100.
Yeah, close to 100 now. Yeah, I never cut kids. I don't like cutting kids, man, because I want to help everybody, but I cannot like keep everybody and
give them what they needed.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Because you're bringing everybody on and you don't want nobody to be left behind.
Yeah.
But you can't give them what you need.
Exactly.
That's kind of more damaging than actually cutting them. Because then your reputation is on the line.
Exactly.
So you don't want to do that. So sometimes, you gotta do some things that you don't want to do in order to get where you want to be.
Exactly.
That's just me. So.
Yeah, but then again, knowing Jesse as long as I have been blessed, but Jesse comes from a loving family.
Okay.
His mother's a prayer warrior. Always has been. Bless her heart. She's just a wonderful, wonderful woman. And his dad, like you said, at a young age, under his dad's wing and everything. Crazy. So he's also had a lot of great support from his family.
Everybody know my dad crazy.
And
all of them know it.
But sometimes people don't take the time to really know the child, know the family, know the, you know, and be a lot of coaches. Well, I can't say. I speak for myself. During that era, you know, I kept with them kids all year round.
Yeah.
You know, and so like Jesse, Tyree, you know, all of them, they played together from that point on, from like 11 to 12 all the way up and through high school.
Okay.
And so when they got to that game we just talked about up there, they were, you know, had a unified team that had been together for a number of years, right? So, but the reason I'm saying that is because Jesse just has so many qualities of a great big heart, and we talked about that earlier, you know, but at the same time he's had a lot of people. Coach Berry, shout out to Jeff McDonald.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Jesse
that's
was,
right.
I know Jesse was gonna get around to it eventually, but I gotta give it, Jeff, we got mad love for you, man.
Yeah, that's stepdad right there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I seen you on the commercials, man.
yeah,
That's I work for. That's my pops right there. That's
yeah,
my stepdad.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you know, but we share a lot of life lessons too. You know what I mean? And you know, I told Jess I was going to share these. So okay, I consider myself in life to have taken at least 3 really important walks with Jesse about life. Okay, the first one I sent a lot of those kids to a Christian summer camp called Camp Alculana. Shout out to Camp Alculana. It saved my life. Okay. Come to find out, I didn't know, but Tyree, until Friday, but Tyree's uncle and mother actually went to Camp Alculana.
That's all right.
You know?
Oh, wow.
So Jesse went there for 2 years. The second year, he went back. And,
I went for 2 or 1. I went for 1. I ain't go back.
No.
I ain't go
you
back.
and Taj went 2 years.
No. I went 1 year. I ain't go back.
All right.
Going Jesse.
I ain't go back, bro.
We'll go with his story.
Yeah, I ain't go back, bro.
All right. So anyway, well, we're not going to talk about when you went hiking. I
was crying.
Let him tell it.
I was crying. I ain't gonna lie.
That's how we know he ain't go back. But
Now when I went up there to visit, the weekend that they had in between the couple of weeks that they were there, I went up there.
I got in trouble or something.
I went up there to visit, and the camp director had been on me since I was a kid, and she said to me, you know, we got to send Pellot-Rosa home.
Oh yeah, what I was doing?
I'm gonna get to it. And I told her, I looked her dead in the eye. I said, Miss Gracie.
Yeah, you know you were on camera now.
Yeah.
be on.
No, that's fine. My Camp Alculana family, this is where he lives. Now, you know. So Miss Gracie Kirkpatrick, she was the director at the time, and she said, we got to send your boy Pellot-Rosa home. And I was like, for what? And I was just in shock, you know. And she goes, well, you know, the bullying. I said, bullying? No way. And then what it was I'm not gonna mention the name because we're, you know.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
You was kind of hanging in the hip with somebody else that with one of our kids.
Okay.
And he was doing the bullying, but come to find out, Jesse was just doing the laughing.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay. So, you know, I told her, I said, you won't be sending Pellot-Rosa home. Let me take a walk with him. And we walked down through the woods, a path, a hiking path or whatever. And I talked about his leadership and how, you know, and not to be guilty by association.
Oh yeah, that's
And
right.
young folks out here, right there, you see this podcast, you know, whatever. Please listen.
Yeah.
You know, don't be guilty by association. You know, you find your own way. You know, listen to your elders, your coaches, your mentors, because you can be guilty by association in a hurry, and it can ruin your whole life.
Yep,
absolutely.
So that was one of the walks. Another one, kind of in chronological order. A lot of people don't know this, and Coach Bear, I know you remember it. We were actually featured on National Trinity Broadcasting Christian Network.
Oh, wow.
And they brought a crew in from Atlanta, Georgia, and they stayed the whole week. and they followed Taj and Jesse. They came up through the school, and Coach Berry, they gave testimony, and they gave testimonies. Taj and Jesse sitting right on Jesse's front porch, gave testimony about what God means to their lives.
I don't even remember
Okay.
that.
Oh, wow.
And
That's why I bring him on the show, because I don't remember that.
and it actually
No, way back. Huh?
it was actually
remember that one.
it was actually featured on like I said, Trinity Broadcast of Death, where
crazy.
it was a 15-minute segment. But the first segment the show was called The Call to Love.
Okay.
The first segment was about a lady down in Florida that she had like a halfway house that was saving kids after they got in trouble. And so they said, let's take it back up to Richmond, Virginia now, where this organization is helping kids before they get in trouble.
Gotcha.
Okay, and so they did a wonderful job with that. But during that process, Jesse's grandmother had come to visit from Puerto Rico,
Oh, yeah, that's one time.
and
She died.
and he went to school that day or whatever the next day, and he came home, and his mother had asked me to please meet Jesse at the bus stop to tell him,
Yeah.
and it was the craziest thing, Larry. I'm standing at the bus stop. I'd never been at the bus stop for him ever before, right? So when he got off the bus, he says to me, he said, what in the world's wrong? My grandmother died or something?
Yeah, because the ambulance very well.
And we went for a walk, and I remember telling Jesse then, he's the big brother of the family. He needs to step up and be a big brother to his brother, little sister, little brother, and he's done a wonderful job of it. Both of his siblings, both of them college graduates. Edwin, which, oh my gosh, I was so elated to see him last Wednesday. But anyway, he's got his master's degree now. His sister's got several different degrees. I mean, once again, coming from a wonderful family, just, we all were hardship. That way. The third one was VCU, freshman year.
Yeah.
And
Coach ain't played me in that daggone
Virginia Union game. First game of the season.
First game of the season, Coach Cable ain't played me. Wow. And I was freaking mad as hell, and I'm seeing Chris Green and all them other guys, my teammates.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm kicking their ass in practice every day, and Coach Cable just don't disrespect me like I can't play or something.
Coach Cable, you hear this, right?
I love you, Coach. Hey, my guy.
You hear this, right?
I'm gonna see you soon at the Pit Jam Fest. I'm gonna see you soon, brother. But anyway, he ain't put me in the game. He put me in the game like the last 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. So
Against your guys.
Against my guy from Union. So I'm sitting on the bench. I'm like, I'm cussing like
with a towel over his head.
with a towel, man, fuck, you didn't want to play me. I'm a scrub. Put me in the game. And so go ahead, take it from there.
So pretty much, after the game, and he was still, I waited around for him and everything. Jesse always teased me, said the reason you don't want to ride with me because he knew he was good. You could get fed, But we came out to Siegel Center, walking down Broad Street. I was in the parking deck, Harrison Street or whatever. We walking down through there, and Jesse just going off. But Jack, I'm better than they are. I should be starting, man. I'm better than they are. We got to that stoplight over by the parking deck, and I just turned around and got him. Well, actually, in the building, I had him against the wall like that, talking to him, man, get yourself under control. Yeah. Then we took that walk.
Okay.
And then standing right there at Harrison and Broad, Harrison and Broad right there, I just turned around. I already knew the answer. But I just knew I need to hear it from him so he could hear himself.
Okay.
I said, so what you gonna do? You wanna quit? Hell no, I ain't gonna quit.
Man,
That's all I want. That's all I want to hear. That's all I want to hear.
Yeah.
So, mine and Jesse's relationship is way beyond sports, and I'm just amazed and so proud of what he's grown up to be, not just an athlete, but, just a wonderful, wonderful man. And anybody, I can't think of anybody that could say anything bad about Jesse. I mean, honestly, his heart is bigger than his feet, really.
He been on your feet from the time we got before we even shot, yo. Tripping up over the light.
What does Taj call you?
Foot. Everybody call me Foot. See? Everybody know they call me Foot. J Foot. Everybody.
Man, it's been crazy.
Reed called me Tyree, and they all call me Foot. Yeah.
See, that's that brotherhood, man.
They call me
That's
Foot.
that brotherhood. Well, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Who was you playing under? Was it Grant when you had the big game against Duke?
Grant.
Yeah, it was Grant, yeah.
And how many points you had today?
I had 16 that game.
However,
I had 16 that game. Yeah,
Something like
I had
that,
14 to 16 that game.
That was in the tournament, right?
Yeah, March Madness. Yeah,
Y'all knocked
we
them out.
we knocked them off. Yeah, 14, 16. Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, and if you remember, they had a little skirmish there. And was it Greg Paulus?
Greg Paulus.
Yeah, he was at the middle of the
Yeah,
court.
yeah, you were cooking that game.
You see Jesse walk by Greg Paulus and said something in his ear. And I said later on, I said, Jesse, what'd you say to him? Something other about, I can't remember, you punk or something.
Yeah. I can't remember what I said. Can't say it on camera.
But this is one thing that I've always,
You can say it on here, but we ain't gonna repeat it.
one thing that I've always acknowledged Jesse about, and I don't know if a lot of people know this, but how many people do you know that has been on a losing team in an NCAA tournament and ended up being the most valuable player of that game? Now I'm gonna be like Tyree when he was saying, 3 years all Metro in a row. Name one that you know of in any sport that got the most valuable player coming from a losing team. I'd like to hear it because I don't know of anybody.
That don't usually happen.
No,
Yeah, that was against Pitt.
Pittsburgh.
Really?
Yeah.
We lost in overtime. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
Wow. And this was what, a tournament game?
Yeah, after they beat Duke the following game.
The following game, see, I didn't watch the game.
Yeah. So I mean, that says a lot right there about, I've always said, Jesse, how do you beat a Central Regional Player of the Year when you're the second leading scorer on your team?
Right.
Because he's that glue.
Yeah, who was I'm trying to remember, who was it? Chris Green or Andy? You talking about that whiff?
Yeah, it was Tyree. Tyree was leading.
Tyree was the leading scorer his sophomore year.
Yeah,
I think so.
yeah, and then but Jesse made all region.
And all state.
Yeah, and all state. Yeah.
'Cause
No, listen, man. The truth of it is, bro. Like, I was an all around player, bro.
Right.
I ain't go. Listen, man. I ain't go out the stats. You see what I'm saying? Like, I could have scored anytime I wanted to score. But that ain't what I was. I just wanted to play basketball. I just wanted to win, bro. Like, I wanted to win at all costs. I just wanted to be on the floor with it. I need to get that rebound. I need to take that charge. I need to get that steal. I ain't do too much assistance, but well, put the ball in the hole, right? Same thing when I got to VCU, bro. I wasn't there trying to like go after the record book. I wasn't even thinking about the leading scorer or Kendrick Warren.
Right.
I just wanted to get on the floor and play by any means necessary.
Right.
Any means necessary. I just wanted to play, bro. But I can score anytime you need a bucket. I give you a bucket anytime. All right. When I turned pro, now when I got cut from the Jets, that's when I realized that this is a business. So I had to change my mind to a scorer's mentality. I said, okay, y'all not gonna cut me because I'm not putting the ball in the hole.
Right.
So I'm gonna put this ball in the hole by any means necessary. And if we lose, you can't say it was on Jesse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we lose. And anybody played overseas, they know how it goes.
Oh,
over
yeah,
there.
I got your overseas stats sitting right here, too.
So when you overseas and you scoring 2 and 4 and 6 points and you lose, the team is going to blame you, and you're going to be the first American on that plane going back home. I lasted 10 years because I was a problem. You know what I'm saying? I could guard 1 through 5, 1 through 5, and I was a mismatch nightmare. Like people, they couldn't guard me on the other end. So my mindset when I was a pro was just to score. I ain't play a lot of defense when I played pro. I'm tell you that right now. I ain't play much defense.
you had somebody for that.
I ain't play much defense. I played dummy defense.
Yeah, 48-15 in 37 minutes, 14 of 19 from the field, 5 for 8 for 3. And in one game, you had 37 points. I want to say it was 12 rebounds in 36 minutes, 7 of 9 from the field, 5-12.
Yeah, them was light days, like for real. Nah, like a lot of people in Richmond didn't see me score like that.
Right.
Even when I showed the Jack was like, God, dog. Like, cause he ain't see me score like that. You know what I'm saying? But when I came back to the Summer League that year, and we played at Richmond Summer League over there at Ben Wallace Gym, oh man, they was like, what? Who is this? Who is this guy? No, I always been that guy.
Right.
I just never put on a scoring clinic like this. I always did everything.
Right, because you had other guys can do that.
Yeah.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? So people always kind of like, I don't want to say they disrespected me, but they were like, yeah, I could play, but they, I wasn't like, the quote unquote score like that, bro. I could score with the best of them. I just didn't do it. I just wanted to win, bro.
Yeah, because you're the second leading scorer on the team that featured your best players, the best scorers, a sophomore. Yeah, make first team All State with him on there. like you
That
said,
wasn't my mind frame,
right?
bro. That wasn't.
And
you know what I'm saying?
if
That
I
wasn't
may
my mind.
clear it up just a little bit too, though. Once again, that's no reflection of negativity towards Tyree because
It's my dog.
We love Tyree.
Oh,
So
yeah.
hey,
Shout
hey,
out to Reed.
hey,
That's
let
my
me
guy.
tell you right there. You know, the two cigars in the same lineup in high school basketball.
Can you even imagine that? That's why I said I did myself a disservice for whatever reason. I know the reasons, but not watching these guys play.
Yeah.
Man, all those guys know how I get down, man.
And so down the way.
Tyree, all them guys, they know how I get down.
Oh, they
You know what I'm saying?
Tyree done
So-
spoke highly, Wheezy, all of
Yeah,
them.
they all know how I get down.
Yeah.
I just, you know what I mean. I just wanted to win, bro. So you know what I mean. Some of my guys I ain't never passed neither. I probably didn't pass. my bad. I just believe when I got the ball, the dude that was guarding me couldn't stop me. So that's probably my Macmillan ain't like me neither. 'Cause I broke the play. He'll call the play. And I'm looking at this guy, bro. You can't guard me. So I just go do my own thing. I'm gonna make it or miss it, and then I suffer the consequences afterwards. You know what I mean?
So at VCU, how many years you played under Capo?
3.
There was 3, and then Grant your first year.
Yeah, 1
Or
year.
your last year.
Yeah, later.
So did you feel like you had better relationship and success under Grant or under Capo?
I had good relationships with both of them,
Okay.
but I had better success on the Grant though.
Okay.
Yeah.
However, if I may give a shout out to George Wythe.
Oh yeah, G. White was the one who got me to VCU. Coach
Yeah,
White.
yeah,
He
Gerald
came to
White.
Hey, you know, I
George
went to-
White played on the same Auburn team with Charles.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, shout out to Jeremy.
So at Fort Union Military Academy, he noticed don't too many guys, they don't let postgraduates play both sports. You either play football or you play basketball.
Okay.
I was the only guy that was ever be able to play football and basketball at Fort Union Military Academy. And
wow.
Fort Union shells out tons of NFL players.
They sure do.
But they don't let you play both. So I played football and I played basketball there too as a postgraduate.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
And actually, VCU, it came up looking at the kid, the 6'11" kid, last name Mentor.
Yeah, Dante, I forgot his name, but Mentor.
Yeah. And the coach actually told him, Fletcher Everett, I think it's
Fletcher Eric, Coach Eric. Yeah, he was so old school, man.
But anyway, he told Gerald, and when they went up there to look at the mentor kid, said if you really want the best basketball player here, he's really on the football team.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna tell you something right now.
And that's a little bit VCU.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. Y'all. Coach Eric is an old school dude.
Yeah.
So he got me money with the football program, right? I went up there to play basketball. I think around about the same time that he took me to football, if I'm not mistaken. Coach Eric said he offered me a scholarship. I ain't know this. Do you know what his offer was to me?
What?
He said, "Yeah, Pellot-Rosa, you come up here anytime, play pickup with us, man, anytime." Bro, how am I supposed to take that? How am I supposed to take that as a freaking offer?
Yeah.
But that's him. That's him being old. He said, "Yeah, Pellot-Rosa, I offered you." I'm like, bro, I don't have money to be driving up here just to play pickup.
Right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
a long damn way.
Yeah. I'm like, so I didn't know that he was actually offering me. I didn't know that was his way of offering me a scholarship. Yeah.
Speak English to me.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah.
So.
And just before we forget, Uncle Dan.
Uncle Dan is Jesus, okay?
Yes.
Uncle Dan.
Dan Wharton.
Listen, man. Dan is the man. Everybody know Dan.
I don't know that.
You don't know Dan. Everybody else know Dan.
Dan
took
will
care
be 90 years old this coming August 31st.
90?
Yes, sir.
90, but that he one of the 12 disciples. All right.
Yeah, Dan been around long.
He's been around long. He looked the same when they was kids.
Yeah,
How he
yeah.
look now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's impossible.
And one
Yeah,
more
it is
shout out,
impossible.
Yeah.
Coach Kingston.
Mr. Kingston.
Yes. Ryan Kingston, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, man. Wow.
Shout out Mr. Kingston. Mr.
Yeah.
Kingston's the one that got me.
Yeah.
Mr. Kingston been with my daddy for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they was friends for a long time. Mr. Kingston got me hooked up with Mr. McDonald, who was like,
That's
was like
right,
my
that's
stepdad.
Okay.
He didn't sleep with my mom, but he my stepdad.
Okay. I know. I get it.
Yeah.
No, I get that.
We knew that.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get this. I'm just trying to
This
get this.
dude, man. That's what I said. You can't.
I said we do that.
Jesse grew up with a strong network
Listen,
around
man.
him.
It took a village.
Go through.
It took a village.
This is why this is my
Absolutely.
dude, man, because you could be having a serious conversation and this should just go left.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, this my dude, man. I was like, you gonna get on my podcast. I'm about to tell you, you gonna come on there. I don't give a damn what you say. This is when I was on the chitlin circuit doing them on Zoom. And I was like, you know, he was like, man, I ain't fucking with you. Man, come get this shirt though. I got this shirt for you. Come on, get my office. What? You want me to come get a shirt, but you can't come on my podcast, man?
With all that, man.
Yeah, I ain't with all that, man. But no, man, this has been great. And like I said, you know, I'm glad you're finally doing it. You're doing big things. I was sitting with Covey yesterday when you called him.
Oh, Coach Lanier, yeah, he one of my coaches,
Yeah. Shout out to Covey because we was at the John Marshall game yesterday.
That's right.
I was sitting in front of him.
That's right.
And he said, Jesse, calling me now. Yeah. And I said to myself, I hope he don't tell him I'm here because I couldn't even really talk. Right. So I had the mask and the hood on. I was like, I was saying to myself, don't tell him I'm in here.
Oh, you didn't want to talk to me or something, bro?
No, I didn't want to talk.
That's how you feel, bro?
Yeah, that's how I feel.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up, man. But I still love you. Dog, man.
Don't love me, dog.
That dude, man, I just couldn't talk to you yesterday, man. Larry, what time we coming? We're still 6 o'clock tomorrow? I'm still bringing Coach Jack. We still coming? You know, so I'm like.
Nah, you good, bro. You good.
No, this is my guy, man. You know, he helped my kid and helped so many other kids out here. And any parent that's seeing this, excuse my voice being hoarse, but he really helped my son a lot. And I still have a great relationship to this day. And Malik always thank him for some of the things that you did when you was training him at Lee Davis, at the mat.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to what else that you was doing. I bought you John Godfrey, one of his teammates.
That's right. That's right.
So I appreciate you and thank you for everything you helped with my kid.
Yeah.
And I know you helped so many else. So I'll tell any parents, he good with me.
Yeah.
I never met Rob, but
And Rob was overseas at the time.
Yeah. So like I said,
Rob,
appreciate it.
from my witness and whatever, I can honestly tell you, Rob he's super with those kids.
Well, that's good.
And they have a heck of an organization.
He what they need because he the opposite of me.
Yeah.
he the philosopher.
Right.
You know, he the Zen. I'm the rah. I'm that guy.
Yeah, you do that guy, but you mean well.
Well, he's a very well-mannered man, and he's a very good leader.
Now, this has been good, y'all. So we got 2 minutes before that minute mark hit. So you know we're not gonna go over that. But anything else y'all want to shout out? First, Coach, you talked several times about your insurance. You know, can you shout out what you do so if anybody interested in your insurance company, they can, you know, contact you? I know that's not what you came here for.
No, not at all.
We do that on this podcast.
But if you allow
this is
me,
what we
that's
do.
great. You know, it all helps because Jesse will tell you when he was little, I was working 5 jobs at one time to make sure that I could take care of them and do whatever they were doing, and Uncle Dan as well. You know, financially, we did our best to try to help him. But I did it a lot through my insurance career. And but I focus mostly on life insurance that people set aside for their final expenses or burial or funeral expenses. And you know,
We got 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Quite humble at it, but have been known to be one of the leaders in the nation most every year in my career. So.
Okay, Coach, you got anything?
Well, as we had mentioned before, it took a village. It took a village to raise me, and I'm a lot of folks that Jesse could have invited to be on this podcast. So I feel very honored that he invited me to help share his story. So thank you, Jesse. I love you, buddy.
Love you too, bro.
Right. All right.
Well, we appreciate it all. I need everybody to make sure that y'all like, subscribe, and comment. Biggest thing that you have to do, and I want to say before we go over there, is please make sure that y'all put comments under this thing. You know, when I share them on Instagram, when I share them on Facebook, TikTok, don't just leave comments there. You got to put it on Facebook. On YouTube, because it's very important. That's how we keep the lights on in here. So please subscribe, comment, do all these things, and get your notifications and everything. And we are out. I appreciate y'all watching the episode again today, y'all. You know, go over and make sure that y'all check out my man, RickStockel.com for any of your home buying needs. Appreciate it. Thanks again.